us on Facebook today. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix.
You love Cleveland, and you already know how much we love Cleveland. You know who else loves Cleveland? GV Art and Design. Everyday fans, you and I wear our pride on our sleeves. Now, you can wear your pride on your chest. GV Art and Design has one of the hottest Cleveland sporting lines. Log on right now to gvartwork.com. Check out all of their fantastic designs.
And don't forget, use the sales code FIX10, FIX10, to save 10% on your total purchase.
Follow gvartwork.com on Facebook, and remember, GV Art and Design, it's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
I'm starting a new policy, by the way. Don't complain to me about Chuck Booms. If you subject yourself to that moron and what he says every day, I'm sorry, I can't help you. That feels bad. That's like telling somebody who's asking for help, I got to turn you away at the door. I feel like Paulie in Casino. I got to turn my back on you now. I got to turn my... Or Goodfellas, excuse me. Now I got to turn my back on you. I tried to help you. No, I'm kidding. But, man, I always get it. And I'm like, you know why I don't wake up and complain about Chuck Booms? Because I don't listen to him. He doesn't exist in my world. And bad people like that. Bruce gave me a shout out the other day in the chat room. He said, you're right. Bad sports media creates bad sports fans. I'm like, I told you. I didn't make that expression up, man. I mean, it's like, to me, that's as much common sense as saying that bad parenting creates bad children. Obviously, product of the environment. If you're constantly being beaten over the head with bad sports talk from morons, then no offense, I'm like, maybe you won't become a moron, but by osmosis, you'll become a bit more moronic, I guess would be the term that I'm looking for. And frustrated and angry and constantly sending me messages going, hey, J-Rock, did you hear what Chucky Boom said? Hey, did you hear what this guy said? Nope. And I'm much better off for it, and you would be too. Welcome back into the Sports Fix. J-Rock back with you as we roll on with the show, go into the phone lines here. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to let you guys get I've got to give myself a voice here. Get you a word in edgewise on the show. 216-539-7535. Getting ready to talk, of course, some Tribe here. Browns coming up in just a few minutes. We'll talk about that Ravens loss yesterday. We've got Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan going to join us to talk about both of those subjects as well. But I'm going to go to the phone lines, and I'm going to let you guys kick things off here. First caller, you're live on the Sports Fix.
J-Rock, Big Daddy. How about our young Cleveland Indians, baby? Is this a Hollywood script?
Big Bob, it seems like it. It seems like it, man. It seems like it. Matter of fact, well, since you brought up the word script, since we love to throw out those Major League references here, remember a few weeks back when I said, boy, man, we're going to come and go, man, we almost got those guys. Well, at the end of the movie, again, so if this really is a movie, then perhaps the Indians and the Tigers will meet in the playoffs, and then it can truly play out the rest of the Major League movie script. But no, seriously, the reason that we're sitting here is because the Indians have done what they've needed to do along the way here to keep themselves in it. Luckily for them, other things that they've needed to happen have happened. You know what I'm saying? So
without a doubt,
here Big you Daddy. Sit. This is why you go one day at a time. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Unbelievable. I mean, like I told you before, at the start of the season, we're down 23 wins. What do? We overcome it. Every adversity that has been thrown at this young Cleveland Indian ball club has been overturned.
I know. Bob, that's what I said to open up the show. I'm sure you heard me.
Unbelievable.
I said part of you.
They have handled everything unbelievable. People
Part of you
saying
says-
they can't feel, they can't hit, we can't pitch. I'll tell you what. We have been in it one, and like I said, our biggest asset is we have 3 managers in that dugout. Brad and Terry, who have managed, Sandy, who can manage but has yet to be in front of a team.
And Giambi.
That's our big asset.
And Giambi. Giambi's
I'll
another
tell you
manager
what,
in the
if I
dugout.
see Giambi pitch one of these next 7 games,
No,
then
but
I'll
he's
say
a
it's
manager
big
in the
G.
dugout is what I'm saying. He's another
Absolutely.
of those voices.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what,
I
guys,
know.
real quick. I got to throw this
He's
out there.
graded.
Am I the only one Friday night when they were coming up with a chance to win that game and they had Giambi up at the bottom of the inning there with 2 outs? Unfortunately, he grounded into the shift and put an end to it. But I know Charles Morgan was like, "There's your boy." I said, "Oh man, don't tell me Giambi's gonna do this here." But you notice I like what they did in both of those series. They laid an egg, and actually they didn't lay an egg. They lost a game at the start of each of the last 2 series that they could have won and should have won, and they let it slip, and they came out and they did take care of the rest of the series. I mean, that goes to the heart of this team because they could have rolled over. You could have rolled over in Houston. You look at Houston. Houston's still playing. Houston's still playing ball. They could have rolled over. They could have rolled over
And
in Minnesota.
Not rolling over. They are playing ball. Same with Minnesota and Chicago.
So here we go, man. Here we go. And you know what? Tonight, biggest night of the season. There's no other way to put it. And tomorrow will then be the biggest night of the season. And every night for the next week will be the biggest night of the season. And that's what you got to love. If you're a baseball fan.
Absolutely. One game at a time. You have to win today. Got to win today.
That's it.
And that's
you win
how
today.
Terry is.
It's on from here, man. You close up 2 games in the gap here, man. JK laid it out on Friday. He said they don't have to win them all. He said they've got to win 3 out of 4, then they've got to win 3 out of 4, then they've got to sweep that final series, man. You don't want to look. See, I don't want to even look at it like it's okay to lose any games at this point in time. But Jeff Gorman tweeted me over the weekend. He came on the show 2 weeks ago and said that the Indians would need to go 11, I believe it was 11-2 in that final 13-game stretch to have a shot. Yeah, he said they needed to finish 11-2 with 13 to go. They're 5-1 since then with the final 7 of those 13 left to go. So if they go 6-1 through these final 7 games, especially depending on which 6 of the 7, that could be enough. And I'm going to say it now. If these Indians win out, they will make the playoffs. I'm telling you, if they win out, it will fall into their...
Hey, Daddy, we're going to the World Series.
I'm just trying to get to the wild card, baby.
We are going to the World Series.
I'm just trying to get to the wild. I just want to get to next week right now. If we can get to next week, then we can look ahead.
We're going to be there. We're going to be there next week and the week after. But we're going to the World Series.
Big Bob, you've been saying it. You've been saying it. I'm telling you. I'll build you a statue if it comes true, man. I'll make Bruce Wood chip in on it. We'll put Jim Tomey's jersey on the Big Bob statue with a big sign that says "Them Young Indians."
Astronomical. Listen, give Wood a nice Tyson shot for me and tell him we're going to the World Series.
Oh man, we're gonna build the statue, baby. I love it, Bob.
All right, hey, listen. Before I end, I gotta say one thing. Our Cleveland Browns, that offensive front line looks pretty damn good early in the year.
Yeah, I know they're 1-2.
Brian Hoyer has handled every adversity with style. That kid has handled the Johnny Manziel onslaught.
Brother.
Everything with style. And I, for me to say something about the Browns while my Indians are still in it is something because I never thought that we would be in the position after these first 3 games as we are in right now. I mean, seconds, lost 2 games, field goal with seconds. I mean, come on.
Hey, people can hate on Brian.
The Steelers, it was a tale of two halves. The Ravens, we had them till the end.
Brother, people can hate on Brian Hoyer all they want. The Browns are going to head into the bye week with one of the top 5 quarterbacks statistically through the first 3 games of the season, man. So you can say what you want. Anybody, I saw a good tweet this morning said, hey, I don't want to hear anything about Hoyer or Manziel unless Manziel knows how to stop the run. Now, if he can come in and stop the run, then let's talk about putting him in the game. Other than that, that's what our focus needs to be, is on stopping the other team's run. I told you guys that's the weakness in Mike Pettine's defenses over the years has been getting gashed by the run. Last year, Buffalo was not dead last. They were like 28th in the league against the run, and that same cutback ability is hurting them again here. I mean, if there's anything that they need to spend the next 10 days focused on, that's it right there, shoring up that defense. And they need to get a snapper.
Mike Pettin has surprised me as well also. I mean, he is really talking eloquently when the news media talks to him, and he's telling it like it is. He's really surprised me. I never thought he was going to be the coach.
Here's what he's got to show me.
The way he's doing right now, I never would have thunk it. Never would have thunk it. But
here's what he's got to show me is he admitted, and he's right. He had no choice but to own it. He admitted some of the coaching mistakes that have affected this team here with extra players on the field. That's ridiculous. That's high school stuff, having 12 men on the field. But you know what? Here's where he can impress me. You showed me that you can admit that it's your fault. That's great, because some guys will say, well, I got to check the tape. I don't know whose fault that was. Now, don't do it again. That's what will impress me, because anybody can make mistakes and say, hey, I screwed up. I'm man up and say, hey, I will make sure that doesn't happen again. So go into the bye week and make sure that it's somebody's job to count the guys and to make sure it doesn't happen. But if we come back out and it's the same thing, now it's you obviously. But part of that is what comes with a rookie coach. But like I said, what I want to see is fix it. That's all. I can deal with making a mistake. That's fine. Just fix it. And if you fix it, and if we don't see that problem anymore after the bye week, then we can all go, okay, well, it took him a couple of weeks to realize, hey, I got to count guys, and I got to make sure that somebody else is doing this job and that job and this job. So that's fine. But if it screws up again, if it keeps happening after the bye week, now that's problems with the rookie coaching.
Absolutely.
But I do like his attitude. I do like the way he gets the team up to play, and I think that he should feel a little insulted personally at this defense, because that's supposed to be his calling card. So I would hope that would motivate him to work on that during the bye, because they've got 5, not 1, not 2, not 5 toss-ups, not 5 games that they may win 2 or 3. They've got 5 in a row coming up that they can win, including Pittsburgh, who just lost half of their defense yesterday and are seriously going to feel they lost Ike Taylor. They may have lost Shazier and Jarvis Jones for a minute. They've lost Ike Taylor for at least half the season. So, but looking at those 5 teams coming out of the bye, you should be licking your chops and going, man, if we play like we have shown that we can play, that's not, hey, let's win 2 or 3. You need to win 4 of those. You need to go through that run and prove that you can beat the bad team. So let's see what they can do, Big Bob. Let's see what the coaching staff does with a bye week. Because I like the bye week being here. Usually it's at the back end of a season when things have already fallen off the tracks. Now you have an opportunity to make something happen early and set the course for the rest of the season. Do you take advantage of it or not? Very good comment.
I like that. Yeah, after 3 games, sure. I like that myself, having the bye early.
Yeah, because now you can fix your mistakes and you almost get a second opening day all over again. It's almost like you got a 3-week look at your team and said, okay, now let's get set and let's start this season in Tennessee, and let's bring out a revamped defense. Let's bring out whatever it may be, and let's go to work, because we have got the Bum of the Month Club coming up for the next 5 weeks coming out of the bye. And Pittsburgh obviously beat us once, but Pittsburgh is obviously not as strong as they looked in the first 30 minutes against the Browns. And like I said, losing those guys, that's going to hurt their defense, especially Ike Taylor.
All right, J-Rock, I got to run. But listen,
you got it, Big
when
Bob.
I'm watching these games today, you tell Bruce Woody I want to see him in those stands putting that mustard on those sugar dales when I watch those games.
Hey,
All
don't
right,
worry,
man.
Indians
All
make the
right.
World Series. Bruce is going to commission the Big Bob statue. You can bet.
I'm going to
Big
be
Bob.
there.
Big Bob.